Let's give them something to talk about. I see the energy running out. I got a planet to run around. Okay. You ain't doing nothing but...
Still waiting for that PR bell.
Oh, I know. I gotta load that.
All we need to do is probably record our own PR bell when it's getting hit.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's cool to see that go off last night, too.
I need to make a note somewhere. If I don't write shit down, it doesn't get done. 60 years old. Did you watch any of the Super Bowl?
Oh, my God.
No? Yes or no?
Yeah, I did. But it's kind of funny because Christy and I are dialing back and cutting the Comcast. I think we talked about this. We're just going to go streaming because everything we watch is all on streaming.
Starlink, dude, I'm telling you.
I looked into it. But anyways, so Christy had an appointment at Xfinity to go in and talk about like changing things up. And she comes back. She's like, well, it's cut. Like, what do you mean it's cut? You can't watch the fucking Super Bowl? She's like, guess not. I was like, what? For real? Like, you could like postpone the cutoff date a day? So we ended up getting it figured out and we got to watch a little bit of it.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing at our house. Is cut everything. But the only thing I took out of the Super Bowl, because the next day I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but the next day I like to watch the best commercials, kind of see what the best commercials were.
Just go to YouTube and watch a compilation of all the highlights.
Because that to me is American creativity
for sure. For sure.
And I love that stuff. It's just, how they're trying to get you to, or how they try to improve their brand. There's $7 million for 30 seconds is what the number was I saw.
Crazy.
And it can move the needle.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the national anthem by Chris Stapleton.
If you didn't see that,
if you didn't see that, okay, that's worth pulling up and playing.
Okay.
And I thought it was hokey because, I don't know, someone on Instagram, it was Sports Illustrated Instagram showed, I think it was quarterback for Kansas City crying as he was. I'm like, okay, that's just hokey. But then I watched the Chris Stapleton thing this morning, first thing this morning when I woke up with coffee, no one else around at 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, I started to get a little misty eyed. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah,
it's a really great. That goes down. Number one for me was Whitney Houston. It's doing the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and then this one was amazing. He did his rendition is really slow, but it was a little bit. I also got a feeling it was the swan song version, meaning, everybody remember America when America was beautiful and great. It was just kind of like a
throwback.
It was like, well, no, it's not a throwback so much. It was if we were gonna have a last version of the national anthem, before we turn out the lights, it would be the
salute. It was a salute.
Yeah, that's right, a salute.
Yeah.
Watch it and you'll understand what I mean. It was I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Oh man, this sounds like the last time we might ever hear the national anthem.
Don't say that.
I know, I don't mean that. Don't get all conspiracy theory, everybody. But when you listen to it, you'll know it was really good.
Okay,
really, he is really a remarkable artist. So I didn't even have that on the list of things to talk about.
As opener.
Intramural, one of the reasons why I didn't watch the Super Bowl was we did our draft, Diablo's draft for the Intramural Open, and I'm on red team. Can you tell?
I'm wearing a red shirt also, and Chad was like, "Hey, where's your blue shirt?" I turned around, he's wearing a black shirt. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?"
Did he have a black shirt on? Oh, Harold would light him up. It's already gotten a little crazy with the teams. We have Diablo just decided, and I kind of procrastinated I procrastinated doing everything until this last week. I would encourage other affiliate owners to not do what I did. And
it's a couple days out at this point.
But I would encourage other affiliate owners to do it differently, because it's a lot of work to try and get done in a short amount of time, though the energy level's high and demand was really high for hey, where are our teams? How come we haven't done the teams? And the only reason I didn't is because I know how much kind of intense work that is first. It's not hard. I'm not shoveling coal.
No, it's just like time at a time in front of the computer that you're playing for.
No, it's like going for a 5-mile jog, right? It's a pain in the ass. It's just
it's tedious.
Right, it's tedious. And so I finally got around to doing it. And what I did was, Well, before I do that, I wasn't going to go into the full open stuff, but anyway, we did our draft. We'll get into the draft. I want to talk about it mechanics wise so that people understand, our community understands it, and then other affiliate owners can do it. And it's not too late. You can do it in the next couple of days easily. But before that, what kind of got people hyped up in here, and we actually got more signups as a result of a video that was done. And we posted the video. And the backstory was that Tyson Holderoyd, who works with CrossFit Media, he's one of the survivors of the whole process. Is produced and is responsible for, he and his wife Mariah are responsible for a lot of content in the magic of CrossFit. He asked me hey, can you do a favor? I need like 5 or 6 of your members stating this script. Oh, and by the way, they can't read it. Yeah, I don't want them looking like they're reading it. I'm like, okay, so he sends me the script, and I was thinking it was like 3 or 4 lines.
Long script.
Oh, dude.
So they had to memorize it.
Yeah. So, but and he goes, we're gonna each, we're gonna take clips of your members, other members. But what I didn't really get and understand was he was only going to take like 3 or 4 words of each person, like maybe one full sentence, maybe. So they didn't have to memorize the whole thing. They only had to memorize sections, like section, boom, clip. But I did continuous recording, and then I realized that was taking so long because people would screw it up so much, or they would just look like they're reading the script, that I had to redo it.
Yeah.
And then I sent a couple of them into Tyson to view, and they were in the wrong orientation. I assumed that he wanted portrait, just because everybody thinks portrait now. Oh no, he wanted landscape. Good landscape, because they put it on YouTube as well.
Got it. It wasn't just a live.
So I had to send emails to everybody to come back, and these poor members, like, I got lights on them, I got and a camera and the whole thing. And our members they don't want to be those people.
Yeah,
with the exception of Harold, Coach Harold. He's a natural, and Amanda Hall, who is a news reporter for.
She's in front of a camera for a living.
Yeah. Anyway, we redid it. We got some great cuts. CrossFit produced it, and Tyson goes, hey, it's coming out in a few days. Okay, cool. And then it comes out. They used one of our members, Amanda Hari, which thank God they used Amanda. And the reason why I say that is Amanda Hari is a Channel 4 news reporter. Like, she's very experienced at this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was kind of for her a validation of all the money she spent on her education and training and time working in the news industry. And she goes, oh, thank God. She was
for anybody to get picked. Like,
she was really, yes.
Especially if I helped her out with her YouTube channel too.
Yeah, so by the way, Tyson, well, I'm so glad you picked Amanda. Amanda's so glad you picked Amanda. So, but we have a lot of great content.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, man, I was like, damn. And I put it out and I published it. And it was just kind of a bummer that so many members that I had do it just don't get to see anything come out of it. I'm like, oh. And then I thought, Coach Famous, Harold. So Harold is a TikTok influencer. He's done a great job at it. And he's brilliant at that. Quick clip editing, TikTok type editing. Some of the stuff he does on his is really good. It's really good.
Really good.
And that's why he's sponsored by
3
or 4 different clothing providers, drink providers, everything else. He does the clothing changes where he turns a circle on, he's got a different outfit on.
My favorite one of Harold was him. It was a product that he's endorsing with like a sleep aid. Right. And he's having a conversation with himself and this talking about, why are you drinking tea that tastes like shit? And hey, why don't you try this? He's like, well, is this actually good? He's like, yeah, well, it works. Why are you talking to yourself then? And then he fades out. It's really creative.
Yeah, he is really good. He can do that kind of stuff. So I sent it to him. I had him last Sunday. It was last Sunday. I sent it to him at like 10:30 at night. And I sent them all the videos, 71 clips.
Jeez.
71 clips of our members. They're short clips of the paragraph clips. And I said, it would be awesome if we did this for our members. And I go, and if you can help, let me know. I'll pay you for it.
Craig, I'm going to mute you.
Why is that?
Thank you, Travis.
Am I not on the right mic?
I think we're good. You were not muted, so I muted you. Are we good, Travis?
Your audio is echoing again on both mics. No, it's your Don't mute me.
Well,
wait a minute. What do I have chosen as microphone? Hang on.
I
have to mute. Yeah, mute. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So it was
It
picking.
should be good. It should be good to go.
All right, so now.
Just 10 minutes in. All good. All good. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, good.
I don't get paid enough for this. Hey, we'll work something out.
Son of a bitch. It's my fault. That one was my fault.
Well, I think it's also to have that clip backed up and the audio.
No, I forgot to mute. That's all it is. I always got to mute myself before I go in.
I muted you and you unmuted it, so we're good now. We're good now.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Don't mute it again because you're muted now.
Okay. We're good. Are you sure about that?
I'm positive because normally you're muted. Normally
you
muted.
Also don't have our tags at the bottom, which is interesting.
That is weird. Why is that not working right? I did an update on my computer and stuff is a little bit different, but that shouldn't be any different. All right. Well, actually, here we go. We're good.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Travis. Vindicate. The man. All right. So going back into open. Harold, do you want me to throw the video up?
Well, hang on a second. So no, I want to. Oh, and that's because our thing's not at the bottom. I didn't see the muted.
Is that why?
Yeah, because I don't see because usually our name's on there. There you go. I would see muted. See now? See how it's muted?
Oh yeah. What happened? How'd you do that?
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Didn't you see it? It just came up.
That's weird
because we were talking about it.
Yeah, must
artificial intelligence.
The AI is kicking in on streaming.
Dude, how weird is that? that's just showed up like that. Anyway, all right. So back to Harold, and so he produced it. So I gave it to him at 10:30 at night. Then literally at 10 a.m. the next day, he shows me the video that he made, and he probably spent, I think he said he spent about an hour or a couple of hours putting those clips together, which is really remarkable.
70 clips.
Yeah. So let's show everyone this. Let's show them in this piece now because it's really cool. And this thing got our members fired up. And we'll do something like this in the future.
And this is what kind of cued a big push for signups, right?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
So this is on our Instagram.
Are you ready for a challenge?
Then get ready for the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games Open.
The Open is a giant community event
that brings people together from all over the world to test their fitness.
It may be the first stage of the CrossFit Games season,
but the Open is for everybody, regardless of age
or ability level.
It's for me
and me.
And me.
If you're new to CrossFit, this is a great time to get started.
Set some goals and commit to your fitness and health in 2023.
The Open includes 3 workouts
that you can complete at your gym, in your garage, anywhere you have space,
equipment, and your closest friends.
It all starts February 16th.
And it only costs $20 to join.
CrossFit will release the workouts
live every Thursday.
Then we all have until the following Monday
to complete the workouts and submit your scores.
But these aren't just any workouts.
These are tests.
Tests will share with hundreds of thousands of people.
And there's a version for everybody.
When you share your workouts, it'll show up
on the worldwide CrossFit Games leaderboard.
You can represent your gym, your country,
or region, or represent yourself.
So be strong
and have courage.
No matter where you land, I'll be cheering
you on and celebrating your effort.
So join me
and me
and me,
the CrossFit Open.
Register now
at games.crossfit.com
and use code HaroldH.
And that's Harold. He's the one that
Are you ready
that together.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
so
such a good clip.
It's a really good clip, and social media can work to your benefit. That one we've got, we're at like 3,000, 3,500 views on Instagram, which is for Diablo. That's a big number. Lots of shares, lots of people sharing, and those members especially, they love seeing it and they're sharing it, and then it's showing up in stories. That stuff, I would encourage affiliates, if you can find someone that can do that kind of stuff for you. That kind of stuff is, and you don't have to do it that often. A couple times a month to do something like that. It's fun, and I think that's a really positive, good use of social media.
Yeah, resources.
I'm trying to minimize the amount of social media that I'm interacting with, but but that I think is worth the time. That was really cool. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
it was a really good video.
So we got people fired up. So we started the open. So what I did is we decided based upon the number of people, Jamie and I, we talked about this before. We estimated Diablo will probably have anywhere from 130 to maybe 180 people sign up for the open. Though now I'm under pressure from Tim Dimmel at CrossFit Palo Alto, who said he's created a competition against us for percentage of members that sign up for the open.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's just like it just makes this imaginary freaking contest, and then
pull that one out.
No, and then starts sending me texts about it. He sends me his number of people who sign up: 60, 64, 67. I'm like, okay, how did I get into this competition? I've been dragged into something I don't want. It's like total. What do they call it? The CrossFit ambush, where they drag you into a workout. I got ambushed. So
he is an influencer, so I'm sure maybe there's something out there.
Yeah.
We'll talk, Matt.
Harold is probably Harold would help you out, by the way, and he is available for hire. So good. But anyway, so now I'm like really pushing people to sign up. But anyway, so we did we said 3 teams. And then we decided upon red, black, and blue just because that's the colors that are painted in our gym. We have red, black, and blue in our gym. So it's just
better than indigo.
Yeah, indigo. And you can see the logo behind Jamie Lee. We got the 13 years with the red, black, and blue. And what we're doing is encouraging. Well, and that's going to be the teams. And then the team captain. So we chose one captain. I chose a coach captain, Harold, Coach Corey, and Coach Chad. And these 3 are all people 3 coaches that I know will follow through, that are excited about the open, that are creative, that, are diligent about doing, following through on things like this. And so they're the captains. And I asked them to pick a co-captain. Harold was the first pick. He went quickly.
Yeah. They're going to have the best social media.
I'm sorry. No, wait, hang on a second. I'm sorry. Harold, they had to pick a member captain. Harold picked Dean Quimbayo.
Okay.
And Dean,
which is a good pick.
He's what they call him, the mayor of Diablo. He knows everybody. He's animated. He's fun. He loves CrossFit. I can't get enough of this place and the people here. Genuinely, just a genuinely damn good person. And then, so he went first, and I love the picks who we have. Then Kat Patterson, who also she was during the 2018 Purple Rain era.
She was a big
advocate for their team. She was a huge influence on.
I think she
team.
Showed up with like purple streamers for the open and just decked it out.
Oh yeah, she was awesome. Got her team fired up, and so she's with Team Red, which, by the way, Team Red I'm representing. I got picked.
I was just gonna say, it's like the colors. These are all the different colors of a bruise.
Nice. Perfect. And then Team Blue.
I'm on blue.
So Deb Kopke got picked, which is cool because she represents kind of the masters community. She's excited about it. She had to have a meeting with me first, though.
Really?
Yeah, classic masters. I need to meet with
just
you
to fully understand what's going on.
At first, she didn't understand. She thought that she was going to be the only captain, and she didn't understand that there was a coach captain.
Got it.
And then when she did, she felt better. And then when she came to the draft, she was like, "Oh, this is awesome! Thank you for choosing me." So we did a draft, and here's how we did the draft. Just why don't you pull up that sheet, because it helps explain and give some perspective on it. So all I did was I went to the CrossFit Games, the affiliate manager's website, and on the affiliate manager's website, you can see everybody from your affiliate that signed up. The only critique I have CrossFit is that when new people sign up, CrossFit's trying to be resourceful and placing everybody alphabetical. But the problem is that when someone new signs up, so today there'll be a few more, tomorrow there'll be a few more.
You have to filter through that.
To figure out who signed up. So instead of in the past, they used to put the people that signed up sequentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not alphabetically. Yeah. And so I have to pull all the names, and then I got to match it. And spreadsheets do that, but it's still a pain in the ass.
What if you just waited and after the first week's announced, like the workout, you're done, then just reshuffle?
Oh yeah, I can, except that
then you have to pull the names.
But I know, but when we do Friday Night Lights, I want everybody to have a color.
Yeah. And
so I got to know, and I got to put them on those teams. I'll talk to you about how I'm going to do that. But all I'm saying, CrossFit, is when you put the affiliate roster up, keep it sequential. Don't alphabetize it. I can pull it and alphabetize it in a heartbeat, but I can't pull an alphabetized list and sort it by when they sign up because I have no fucking idea when they signed up.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, so that took some time doing the match. And some geeks that are listening to this spreadsheet geeks, well, it's easy if you just do an array and you scan the array. I know. I have to learn that. I have to go back and learn all that stuff. I used to know all that stuff.
It's to refresh.
It's count, if, query, like all that stuff. Anyway, I'm digressing. But so well, here's what I did. So I pulled a list of all the available names.
Bam.
Good
morning.
So I pulled all the list of all the available names of Diablo, which was 126 names, which I was, wow, cool. Got 126 people. And then all I did was I gave a copy of that to every team, and then on it I did indicate with an X who was our competition athlete, basically who's in the RX Plus division, so they could see that.
Yeah.
And then I also, as many as I could, I indicated the masters.
Okay.
We determined our scoring criteria ahead of time. Jamie and I talked about it, and then I solidified it with the captains. And hang on one second. Let me just tell my wife I did not feed the dogs. If anybody have so I gave the list to these guys, and then I told them I gave them the scoring criteria as well. And the scoring criteria we're using, we actually modified it a little bit. Jamie and I talked about it ahead of time and agreed upon it. Jamie's going to be Jamie's the head judge.
A few weeks passed, and
Jamie's the competition director for our Intramural Open. But anyway,
I can't wait.
The criteria are obviously performance, top 10 performance is what we're going to do. And we're going to include Masters scores in that. And the reason why we're going to do that, include Masters, is when you get to 55 and above, they scale the workout. Yeah. And the scores end up being commensurate with
very competitive
with the regular athlete scores.
Yeah.
So they can end up in the top 10. And actually that's where it's cool in terms of picking in the draft. Like you can pick a Masters athlete that can really take advantage of that weight advantage. And then scaled and foundations will have a separate category. They'll be together. We'll take the top 10 of that. And then we have scoring for if you get a PR, and Jamie's going to determine,
which will determine as the workouts announced.
As the workouts announced, what the PRs can be, because we don't want people getting points for just beating a copy of that workout the previous year. We expect people to be better.
There's going to be something very specific.
There's points for spirit.
Yep.
And then there is
judging.
Yeah, there's points for judging. Top 10 judges.
Yeah. That's a big one too.
That's a big one. And the reason why we do judges is because then you encourage people to judge, and that way you never have a shortage of judges.
Yeah.
We're giving 2 points if they do the workout at the Friday Night Lights.
Okay. That's a scale. That's a step up from last year.
Up because what we want to do is incent them to participate in Friday Night Lights rather than just doing it in the gym that same day. You get 1 point if you do the workout and submit it to CrossFit.com. And believe me, and any affiliate owner out there knows how difficult that can be. I did the workout. I put it on SugarWOD.
I had a few conversations with a few people this morning about like, hey, what's this open thing? And I was like, okay, so here's the deal. You have to go to games.crossfit.com, sign up there, and just know that's where you put your score. Not on SugarWOD. We can't do anything with that. You have to, like, I'm just trying to spell it out, make it very clear.
And people that have been in a long time, like you and I, we're just like, oh, that's just God, how can they confuse that? But then you got to,
it happens.
You have to take it as an outsider. You got to come into this like, we have 6 different apps here.
Yeah,
Sign into class, sign into SugarWOD, right? Go to your Facebook group,
member account,
like the whole thing. And then and so now I start to realize if you take it from that perspective, you're like, yeah, it is confusing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I put it on SugarWOD, but it doesn't go onto the CrossFit Games site. Well, that's dumb.
I always kind of put it in the context of this is a competition, and the competition is ran through CrossFit.
Yeah.
We are just facilitating it here.
Yeah.
But it's
I got that.
Yeah. It's easier said than
done. I sent an email to Justin Berg, the director, the who runs the CrossFit Games, director of the CrossFit Games. And I said, if you can figure out a way to make a connection between our mind body software as an affiliate owner and the CrossFit Games Open, so that they could go into my app at Diablo and go click CrossFit Games, buy it, $20, and then it registers them on your thing. I go, you would get so many signups. He wrote back, we're going to look into that. Because if they went to the top 3 providers, MindBody, Zen Planner, and Wodify, those 3, and made some sort of API connection, brilliant.
Oh, Great idea.
Nicole Christensen, who owns CrossFit Roots, and I were laughing about it. She goes, I try and get signups, and people go, yeah, then no problem, Nicole, just put it on my account.
Doesn't work that way.
And you just, as an owner, you're just like, okay, here we go.
Take a breath.
Take a breath. The CrossFit Games is a separate entity. It is a separate competition. Well, yeah, but I put my score on Sugar. Oh, okay. Sugar WOD is also a separate entity, but it's a separate entity we use in the CrossFit. Well, then they look at you like, well, that's dumb. Yes, I know
Tell
this
me
is dumb. Let me go into the history of CrossFit and how all of these separate entities and softwares got started. Oh my God! Like
we didn't even touch up on Beyond the Whiteboard.
Oh my God!
Too.
Oh yeah, Beyond the Whiteboard. Like I get it.
It makes sense.
Someone, well, maybe what's her name, Emily Kaplan, who's writing the CrossFit book. Maybe she can put this in the CrossFit book. How how a company can just
explode in different app directions,
software, equipment from Rogue, like all of this stuff. Competitions that aren't sanctioned versus those that are sanctioned, sectional, sanctioned, like the whole
regional,
thing.
sanctional,
whole thing. We have taken something so simple and made it so fucking complex.
We really have.
Oh yeah, we have.
I mean.
Biker gang. That's what I blame it on. Anyway, how did we get way off tangent? Anyway, all I wanted to say is so what we did is we pulled the team captains in Sunday night after the Super Bowl. Fortunately, it was Kansas City and Philadelphia playing, so nobody gave a shit. We came in, and then the team captains basically had these lists, and then they picked their athletes in order. And so they're not just picking the best athletes who's going to score the best. They're looking at masters athletes, scaled athletes that show up, people that have good team spirit, but people that also judge. And there was it was really fun.
It's a lot of strategic in these placements and picks.
So what I did is I did a random number, had them pick a number, and then that determined the draft order.
Cool. In
the draft order, we used what we call the snake draft. If anybody's familiar with fantasy league drafts and those types of things, a snake draft is basically, for us, it was blue, red, black was the order. So it went, blue went first, took a pick, red went second, took a pick, black went next. Then
black went first.
We reversed. Then black, red, blue, red, black, red, blue. So the blue and blacks got 2 picks each time, and red was in the middle of that whole ping pong thing.
Yeah.
And I gave them 2 minutes on the clock initially. So for the first 60 or so athletes picked, we had 2 minutes on the clock. Then then we dropped it to a minute, and we got done. And we started.
So you drafted the entire thing?
Yeah, we drafted the entire thing.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but not only that, we drafted the entire thing. I'll come back to that in 1 second. But we went through. We started at half an hour of like prep and talking about the rules and everything else. We started the draft at 7 o'clock. We were done with the draft at 8:20. So it went really fast. And it was fun.
Yeah.
We were laughing if we took out all the laughing and the teasing and the joke telling, we would have probably been done in 45 minutes.
Did you have a running clock throughout the whole time, or were you starting it every time?
No, I was starting. I had a little timer. Okay. I just would start it every time. And most people they were mostly done with their picks usually within about 45 seconds to a minute. They had their picks ready to go.
Yeah.
And I had, what was cool is I had that spreadsheet, a similar spreadsheet to the one you saw, up on the board on the TV in the lobby, so they could see it when I picked it, or they could also go into it and they could see when an athlete got picked. So that way there was,
so they could
we only had
somebody off.
We only had like 3 people pick somebody that had already been picked.
Got it.
Of all of those names, only 3 like they pick and they've already picked out shit, and it was just because they didn't notice it. Yeah. So that would actually went really well using an Excel spreadsheet, everybody's name on it, and as soon as they got picked, I put colored them blue or black.
Yeah.
So I ran that draft, and then they picked, and then like I said, we got done in an hour and a half. And that was what I was going to tell you. So there was 126 athletes that were on the CrossFit Games site that they had to choose from. We determined as a group that if they wanted to choose somebody that wasn't yet registered for the Open, but they know they're a member here and they know they'll probably do it, we allowed them to do that. But it was at their own risk. Meaning, if they
don't sign up,
for the Open
person,
then you're short a person.
Got it.
And so that's how they did it.
That's good. I like that.
I hear Purple Rain in the background. Which side is it coming from? Hold on 1 second. Let me just.
I don't hear anything. We've got quite a few people around the gym these days, and there's music on that side, music on this side. And half the time, most of the time when we go out there, it's like there's nobody there.
Yeah,
they just finish the workout, music's still blasting.
In this case, there's one person right underneath the speaker.
Do they have headphones in?
No. Yeah, that's it. I've done that before. Gone out there, music cranking, they got headphones.
Half the time, they're not even listening.
Yeah, all affiliate owners are watching this are going totally know that. Seeing that every day.
Yeah, we've got 3 speakers going on at one time in this gym.
The worst to do with the washing noise was cranking. I've been in here for like 20 minutes just going, I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be that old man going, I turn the music down. And then I walk out there and there's no one in the room. I'm like, ah. And then I do turn into Clint Eastwood. I'm like, son of a bitch, goddamn kids.
It's a good visual right there.
Anyway, so we went through and we picked and we just kind of rolled through and the picks that every time someone would make a pick, was like, oh yeah, the other team would go, oh yeah, that's a good pick. Oh, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
You know, it was so funny.
That's great.
Oh man, we were laughing so hard.
It's almost like next year you should film that and then like put it together in a little compilation.
I'll tell you what, I haven't disclosed it, but anyway, I have an inguinal hernia, and I'm going to get it taken care of right after the open, I swear. But I was laughing so hard that my hernia hurt. Like I told my God, I got to go put a belt on. At one point, they were so funny, and the names they came up with some great names. Code Blue. Code Blue is, by the way, when you're dead, which is awesome. And then baby, I think this is their name. They already have Facebook groups. Baby Got Black, and then Red Rum, which I think that one's awesome. But we went through and we got again in an hour and 20 minutes. We got through 150 names.
Yeah.
So there's an extra 20 players, and that turned out to be fun. As we got to the end, where it was like there's about 3 or 4 members that hadn't got picked, and the 3 or 4 members that didn't get picked, or let's say the last 10 were members we weren't sure were injured.
Yeah,
because we know that they haven't been coming into the gym because they are registered for the open really early on, but they've either got injuries or things that are keeping them out of the gym, and they weren't sure they were going to actually do the open, or they were just so new we didn't know who they were.
Got it.
Like none of the coaches had exposure to them, so that was the only reason.
So how are you? So I mean, obviously, there's going to be people still signing up. How are you going? Are you going to continue with that snake draft?
Yeah, that's
as they come in.
Yeah, that's a great question because. And that is as the administrator of this, that's the pain of the ass.
Yeah. Especially when you can't just filter it by chronological.
So what I told them is I'm going to continue the draft order. So as new people come in, I'm just going to, as the commissioner of the league, I'm just going to assign them to a team sequentially. Yeah.
So essentially, the next person coming in right now would be a red team because they're missing a person on that.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it'll go black, or I think it goes red and then back to blue.
And then it'll continue that snake format.
Yeah. Snake format.
That's cool.
With the adding people in. We'll just add them right to the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about this, and another reason why I wish we had done it a little bit sooner is it's already creating energy.
Oh yeah.
It's already creating energy. Yeah. In our Facebook groups and everything else. So now people are going to want to get signed up.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I really love the Intramural Open. And here's another call out to CrossFit. I had a conversation with Jonathan Haynes a few years back, but we've had some distractions since then. So I understand that, why things, can or cannot happen. But I really like to see CrossFit, and it may be this year because they have upgraded their website.
Yeah. It looks
great.
The
leaderboard. I want to be able to pull the data off the leaderboard really easily and put it into this. And I told them Intramural Opens are an easy way to get people to sign up for the Open.
Yeah.
And as an affiliate manager who runs Intramural Opens, you want to be able to pull that data and manipulate that data really easily. And the easier they can make it to pull it, I cannot get a direct feed. I literally have to cut and paste off the leaderboard, which I can do.
It's just a tedious
process.
Yeah.
It would be great if that data was downloadable as a CSV file.
Yeah.
But I understand, I actually don't understand why they wouldn't do that, because people that are way geekier than I am can pull all the CrossFit data they want. They can get all that data they want.
Yeah. It's not like
you may as well make it
no
easy.
access to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they develop software that can go in and scrub the website and pull all that shit off.
It's almost like I mean, here's a crazy idea. CrossFit could essentially build in a way to do and run an intramural open. What an idea. You want more people participating in the open?
Yes.
Make it easier to do an intramural for affiliates.
How cool would it be as an affiliate owner to have a go into CrossFit's website and be able to run an intramural open from there? What other categories would you like to add? That would be awesome.
That'd be huge.
Oh yeah, and they'd get a lot of people signing up for the open.
I mean, that would be a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you said, they've updated the website and it looks great. They can continue to make, and it's Kaizen. They're constantly making it better.
Yeah. So, so we'll see. Anyway, so that's how we do. So that's where we are. I'm going to add people in as they sign up, and then you guys have our scoring criteria. And then next week we'll update you on where we are with the first week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens is all the results are final on Monday night. On Tuesdays is for me the
validation.
Yeah, it's when I go through and we have the stacks of papers and I kind of match the results. And then that's when I do the data work. And then hopefully my goal is by the Tuesday night that it's all done. And so the teams can see it. The teams used to get all pissed off in the past when I didn't publish until, Wednesday night. There's
a lot of work that goes into it. It's not like a quick.
No, but there's
routine project,
to be honest with you, it's for me, and because I'm a nut about formatting and how it looks and making it look with colors and everything else, it's 2 solid hours of work, like 2 focused hours of spreadsheet stuff can deliver those results. So I'm going to block off that time and dedicate myself to kind of digging in and doing it. And it's only 3 weeks. So it's 6 hours of work, maybe up to upwards of 8 hours of work. It's not that big a deal. It's so freaking worth it. I can already tell. I kind of got mad at myself when we're in the draft and we were laughing and having fun. I was like, oh man, why did I think this? Yeah. Why did I think this was going to be a drag? It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know, our podcast combined, we get maybe, I think 200 listeners. I don't know. I got to look back at the historical data. Probably more people go back and listen to them afterwards. But between all the outlets that we have now,
the different,
we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, and you can get it on RSS Direct. You can get it on Google Podcasts,
YouTube.
Get it on YouTube. We get, I don't know, maybe 200 listeners now, and maybe more, maybe upward higher with repeat with people listening afterwards. But we had one that listened to it after we spoke about the West Coast affiliate meeting, and the freaking CEO listened to the podcast.
Yeah, we got a couple hundred people, and then here's one person,
and I get an email from the CEO saying, "Hey, listen to your podcast." I was like, "Oh," that was in the RE line in my Gmail. Listen to your podcast. I'm like, "Oh no,
how's this gonna go?"
I instantly start replaying all the stuff I said. Okay, I remember I counted it. I wasn't super hypercritical, but I did say that, and then so I'm playing all in my head. I'm like, well, I don't know what he talks about. So
just read the fucking email.
Yeah, I know. I didn't read it right away, actually, because I was in the middle of something. So I wanted to read it when I could digest it without overreacting. And I read it, and it was a really good email. Clearly, the guy's a professional. It was like, hey, thank you very much for your email. Love what you said. Corrected the numbers that you said were wrong. He went back onto Instagram and corrected it. That was awesome. Didn't have to do that. And then he talked about the ideas that I suggested, and a few other things. And it was just he was complimentary. He's like, I need that kind of feedback. And yeah, you're right. And then one of the things that I talked about was like, I felt bad publishing the content I felt a little bit guilty about publishing the content from that on the mission. A little bit. No, I did. I felt guilty about publishing the content about mission and values.
I see what you're
saying.
Right
away, being that voice, just from the perspective of I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, because it was an interpretation. We couched it with, this is what Jamie and I heard. This is not what.
This is our perspective.
This is our perspective on it. And I felt like CrossFit should do it themselves, and they did.
Yeah.
After our podcast, so our podcast is influencing the world,
the world of CrossFit, at least.
Not the world of CrossFit. No, anyway, it was. They did. And it was good, and the content that which I know they were going to do anyway. They just wanted to do a really professional format, and they did. It looks awesome. They took Don's presentation, and it's really professionally produced. Which
is what we want to see.
It's kind of cool. Is they also in a whole separate video. I don't know if you saw it.
I haven't. No.
my question to him about ownership of CrossFit.
Oh yeah,
And
it's a big question.
Came in an affiliate owner email that I got. It said, "Hey, if Craig Howard asked the question at the West Coast affiliate thing, it's a YouTube clip."
I heard what you said on that podcast. Could be good. Could be bad.
Oh yeah, bet, dude. Matt,
You guys got
that's
it.
every single podcast you guys do.
With just a few more listeners.
Yeah, a few more. So, but anyway, they posted that question, which was cool. It was in a YouTube video. I've got it. I was gonna publish it at some point in time. But anyway, and then from that email, then it prompted a conversation that I was able to have with Don as well. We had a separate conversation after it, he wanted to talk to me about affiliate ownership, and then what his thoughts were on the business and affiliates, and then pick my brain about Diablo and how we do it. It was just it was a really nice conversation. It was really good to kind of talk. I thought it was awesome, and it was a real privilege to do that. One of the only my takeaway from all of it, from the West Coast affiliate meetings and the brief email and then the conversation that we had afterwards, is the only thing that gives me I'm super excited. Like the guy gets it.
Yeah, that's good.
I've gotten feedback from affiliate owners that I either direct message or around the world, or that text or talk to, have phone calls with, and have found, discovered that the internal turmoil that was there during Rosa, and then when Don was initially brought on board, like there was a lot of internal turmoil. Yeah, naturally, like those things happen through as you do transitions. The people that Eric Rosa hired versus the people that were there,
especially when you keep everybody still on versus cleaning house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly right. Yeah. A lot of that has been diminished. Good. And it's quieter, and people are kind of getting the common bond, working towards the common goal,
getting into a groove.
Yeah, and getting in a groove. And there's a lot less of that, from what I've been told from my sources that I do trust, and people are feeling really, really good about the organization as a whole. So that's cool. And then the media content that's being produced, we've said is just outstanding. I can't literally can't keep up with it.
No, it's something that we've been so hungry for some time now.
If you just go to Diablo's Instagram, you'll see it, and I got to be careful, like keep putting it out, because I don't want people to become numb to it. I want to drop it at the right time.
It's powerful stuff there.
Oh, very, very good stuff. And it is, there's real stuff that's happening in the affiliates all the time.
All the time.
Yep. So, but the only thing that gave me consternation, or was cause for concern, and I think that's with anybody in this type of position, is that what do the investors want, and where is it going, what are their expectations, and what are they going to do with it? This is a private equity company that's purchased CrossFit, and we will probably never get to know who the actual individuals are, nor I'm not necessarily sure I even want to know. It's an investment company that owns it, and the investment company has expectations, and Don is having to manage those, and he's doing a great job. And there's a lot of accountability that he has to them to deliver results that they expect. And so far, those expectations align with what the company's missions and goals are. But and I think the thing gives me consternation is, when I come out of that industry, and so I know and understand that that they're going to have expectations for returns. But but I think the biggest thing, and the reason why I have concern and why others may, is because it's an uncontrollable variable. I can't influence that variable. I can influence, what's going on here in my gym, the training we give our customers. I can influence the number of customers we have, the number of members we have. I can influence, how we do in open signups. I can influence maybe how other affiliates do by making contact with them and helping support them. All of that stuff, right? We can control that messaging. And we've got an opportunity through our podcast here to promote the methodology, promote CrossFit, and help support affiliates and keep our community coming in. Can't control what the investors are going to do. And so that's a normal human reaction, I think, is to have anxiety about what you can't control.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not going to worry about it. Like, can't do anything about it. if we continue to do a really good job as an affiliate, we continue to take care of our customers, continue to grow the business, continue to promote the brand, and all affiliates do the same, then I think we'll be fine.
It's a big team effort.
It is. And I think that's one of the things that Don is starting to do, and CrossFit is starting to do. Magic CrossFit's helping. Having mission goals published will help. But I think it's important for CrossFit coaches, CrossFit affiliate owners, CrossFit employees, CrossFit Flow Masters,
CrossFit
influencers. Thank you. Athletes, CrossFit partners.
Yeah.
People that CrossFit
companies and
people that benefit from CrossFit
Mhm.
in the ecosystem of CrossFit. Rogue, Chris Cooper, and Two Brain Business. The Best Star of the Day podcast guys. Like everybody that is benefiting from the ecosystem, the growth of CrossFit and the methodology and what we're doing, everybody needs to rally around the methodology, virtuosity, right? Making and promotion of those things and what it does for helping people improve their health and fitness and overall lives.
Mhm.
We need to minimize or stop the clickbait stuff. Focus on, as we say it all the time, Kaizen, continuous improvement. If it's not good now, that's okay. Don't focus on it not being good now. Focus on it being better tomorrow.
Mhm.
And I think it is important that all of those partners, we stop pointing out the faults of CrossFit. And I'm including in that too the YouTube producers that are out there. They have there's a number of them that have very negative slants, and they're using clickbait in order to get eyeballs on their content. And we may be guilty a little bit of that. And I want to minimize that, because the world out there, in my opinion, that's watching all of that stuff is looking for that clickbait, only takes in that clickbait and don't go way deep into it to figure out, oh, I just got drawn in just so they could hear their opinion on that may be different than what the actual clickbait commentary is.
Mhm.
Promoting yourself through negativity or an attack on CrossFit, I think, is
Harmful
for
sure.
Had to deal with it for years.
Yeah.
The divorce study that showed that CrossFit was dangerous turned out to be illegitimate,
Fabricated.
fabricated.
And what did the judge say? The most egregious scientific study
most
done
egregious-
in her 25 years being on the bench.
Egregious use of false data to promote. Yeah, but that's how it's something that affiliate owners and coaches have dealt with for years, like having to overcome that.
Yeah.
We owe it all. If we want CrossFit to thrive, CrossFit the methodology, CrossFit philosophy, CrossFit brand, and we believe in it, which I do.
Mhm.
It's absolutely convinced. 17 years, 18 years of doing this. This shit works just amazingly well, and it's so important in a world of terrible foods, terrible high calorie dense foods that are readily available, making people chronically ill.
Pharmaceuticals that are
treating
managing symptoms and not
only,
fixing the actual curing the issue.
Yeah. So it is up to us. We should not tear ourselves down to bring ourselves up.
Yeah.
What we need to do is promote what we do so well, and get on board with CrossFit and trust Nicole Carroll and her training team.
Yeah.
Trust Tyson Oldroyd and Mariah and the CrossFit media team.
Yeah.
Trust Don Faul, the CEO, and the decisions they're making, the growth internationally. And again, athletes, especially athletes who have the large affiliates, coaches, and our member community, I call upon you, continue to promote CrossFit, the amazing methodology. Don't start with, it's dangerous, but, right?
Don't even put it's dangerous, because walking out on the street could be dangerous. Like what is dangerous?
And if someone's not moving well in a competition, that's fine. Draw attention to it.
It's a sport.
But let's not make that our headline.
How many people get hurt
Let's
playing
not,
football, like
let's not
basketball.
let's
like,
not make that
Yeah.
our clickbait to get
No.
people to watch your video. Let's change the tune here.
Yeah.
We want CrossFit to thrive and survive.
Share the stories of success.
Yeah, I'm on board. And I'll tell you what, and I've been really aggressive about it. I'm gonna because I'm the 60-year-old guy that really doesn't give a shit about my reputation anymore because I believe in this so much. Is that I'm gonna take on those misperceptions and those using clickbait. The
inappropriate
Yeah.
content.
Yeah, I'll make comments. I'm gonna go after it. I'm gonna be vicious about
Be a vigilante.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be vicious about protecting this brand and this methodology.
I think we all should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're at a place where, if you remember back in like 2013, 14, the growth of CrossFit and just how it was exploding. And then all of a sudden the NSCA posted a thing about, CrossFit's dangerous, and that got printed in a journal. It was a slippery slope.
Yeah.
We've been battling it since.
That's right.
And right now, with the work that CrossFit's doing, it's the magic of CrossFit and sharing the stories that not only are just coming out of CrossFit, those are stories that have been coming out of CrossFit affiliates since the beginning.
Since
like it's
2003.
never changed, but the problem is it's never getting out there. So they're now starting to share those stories again. We can get past this whole thing at the NSCA. Like,
that's right. Yeah,
move forward. Be
I'm not
better
gonna worry
than
about the settlement.
No.
That they had and any of that stuff. Anyway,
yeah,
enough preaching. I'm gonna be kicking ass on the internet. Probably gonna regret it.
Follow for future content.
Well, the one thing, the other thing that I did take an opportunity to promote to CrossFit, and I've been internally trying to promote, is the need to get more garage gyms and show more garage gyms, because we kind of started that way. Ours was Park Gym.
That's so raw.
You started your garage gym, right, when you started your affiliate. And it is kind of, and it's awesome, and I think that's a great way for CrossFit to grow its affiliate base especially in the US.
Yeah,
probably not in Europe and Asia where they don't have garages.
Yeah,
or as many garages.
A shed.
Yeah, but the garage is kind of just it is American culture, right? There is a garage. There's a place where you can do the basement. I remember when I went down to John Wellborn's CrossFit in Costa Mesa.
Okay.
With Yvonne. I was so excited because it was John Wellborn. If for those of you who don't know him, was a
power athlete.
Power athlete.
Yep.
Designed kind of a CrossFit program for
that was CrossFit football.
For football. It was originally CrossFit football.
Yeah.
Phenomenal guy, amazing athlete, and former professional football player. And he was in the first CrossFit movie, which was Every Second Counts.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so we're going down to his affiliate. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be awesome. This should be amazing. John Wellborn, like, this guy's famous. And I drove in. I'm like, we're in a duplex
fucking garage
in neighborhood. I'm driving by, and then we drove by, and then the garage door was open. And all kinds of equipment. I said, "Is it garage?" And Yvonne, yeah, it's garage. And we got out, and it was really awkward. Like, we were just so nervous. When then we had a great work. It was in his garage. It was his affiliate. It was.
That's awesome.
It was phenomenal. And look at me. I'm 17, 15 years later. I'm talking about it. It was an awesome experience.
Those are the experiences that really stick with you. And when we were at that affiliate gathering, I ran into Frank and his wife from CrossFit Upcountry in Maui.
Yes.
Christy and I dropped into their gym in 2013.
Right.
It was a barn. It was a legit barn. Like, there was no doors. It was this it was one of my favorite drop-ins experience. It's just so raw, and like, you get a chance to feel the community. It's not distractions by shiny objects. It's just like, here's a community, here's the energy that this community is bringing together. It's something special. It doesn't have to be super nice, but as long as you can keep that community base as like your foundation to build upon, it's hard to do.
If you're a coach and you're going to open up a new affiliate and you go to pay your affiliate fee with CrossFit, now I'm pretty sure, I need to confirm this, but the new affiliate ownership fee is, I think, $3,500.
Oh, really?
I think it's $3,500. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, it's $3,000 or $3,500. So if you and if you want to start one in your garage, it's $3,500. Well,
you can't make that back.
No, I mean,
very easily.
There's a lot of people doing CrossFit in the garage. I know a lot of people that do CrossFit in their garages.
I'm doing
we have
CrossFit in the garage.
right, and you know, Pime's doing CrossFit in his garage.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
there's a lot of people that do it, and it's awesome. I think
Yeah.
it's really cool. I've run in my neighborhood, and sometimes the garage doors open. I'm like, oh, that guy's a CrossFitter.
Oh, every time you see a squat rack and
Oh,
rogue
my
equipment, it's like,
God.
hey, what's up?
Rings, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, you know, hey,
Concept 2 rower in
yeah,
there.
dude. I guarantee you they hide when I drive by my Diablo truck. Like, I don't want him to see me that I'm not joining his
It's
gym.
gonna call me in.
Yeah. But anyway, I think those people should be affiliates. And the way to make them affiliates, and I did mention this to the CEO, I did get to slip this little tidbit in, is lower the cost of entry for garage gyms. Make it $100. And Nicole Christensen, CrossFit Roots, said, that's a good idea. She goes, and then all they have to have is to verify it, to validate it, is it has to be a home address. It has to be a residential address. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. That's right. Just a residential address.
Yeah.
And $100 to join. And I got the one, I'll tell you Don Paul's response to CEO, because it was really cool, because it prompted me to think the same thing. So I said, yeah, make it $100. You know, you'll get a lot of people that'll want to time. I go, because one of the funnest parts of starting an affiliate, and you remember this, is coming up with a name,
Logos,
and then the logos, and
Yeah.
maybe a t-shirt,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's fun shit.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, in any company, all these startup companies out there, they mess around. It's fun coming up with
That's
a
like
brand and
literally the best part.
your colors and
Yeah.
stuff. That's cool. I'd still geek out on it. Look at the thing behind Jamie
Yeah.
right now. I was having fun geeking out with that stupid thing. Like, it's the fun part of owning your own business. It's your identity. It's like coming up with
Yeah.
your signature when you're a kid, you know,
Yeah.
trying to figure out how you're going to sign a piece of paper. But anyway, Don said to me, so I said, yeah, $100. And for Gresham, that way these guys, everybody will sign up. And then if they grow, then they can pay more. And he said to me, oh, I would have an affiliate in my garage. And instantly, and how I didn't think about it, and I told this to my wife too. And I was like, yeah, so would I.
Mhm.
And then Yvonne said, oh yeah, we would.
Yeah.
We'd have an affiliate in our garage. I don't know
Yeah.
what we'd call it,
Yeah.
but ours would probably be Husky Fit for our Huskies or something. But a lot of people would.
Yeah.
A lot of people would.
I would,
because
for
it ties
sure.
you to CrossFit. One, you become part of the affiliate community.
You got to be a part of the affiliate community, but then you're also stepping yourself up into the next category of a CrossFit athlete, right?
Yes.
Like it's in a sense, that's kind of part of our evolution, right?
Yeah.
We get exposed to CrossFit, you become a CrossFit athlete, you do the workouts, and then maybe you start a business around it.
Yeah, maybe. You don't have to.
You don't have
right?
to, yeah. You
But there are some industrious people that might want to, you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
start telling my neighbors every Saturday
yeah.
at 9 a.m. I'm in here. If you want to come join me.
It's probably one of the best ways to increase affiliates
Get it.
and also get more people
Yeah.
doing CrossFit.
All you need is some dumbbells and the other equipment you can make.
Yeah.
You literally can make all the other equipment.
Yeah, just need some concrete.
Yeah, and then you get and all that
Sandbags.
stuff is so much cheaper now.
Yeah.
And it's all available on Amazon. You can get it the next day.
You could YouTube. How do I build the
Oh, yeah.
squat rack?
I want as many of these garage gyms available. I want thousands of them, because then on the podcast I'm going to go on and I'm going to say,
this is our idea.
yeah, and well, that one, it's our idea. But the second thing we'll say is, back in our day,
Yeah.
we couldn't find a plyo box on Amazon that was all put
Yeah.
together for $120. So you
Buy
know,
a pair.
we had to buy plywood. We cut it. It was wrong. It was on not level, and then we had to sand it. And
Fucking mats.
just stall mats. So I'm looking forward to that day.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that would be really, really a cool move. From
oh, right. How cool would that be?
that would be really cool.
And yeah, they need to do it before street parking does it.
Get on it. Get on it.
Get on it. Yeah, no, I think that's a cool one. I'm really hopeful that one comes about. And it doesn't have to be my idea, but I think, man, it would be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a garage affiliate myself.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that would too. And then if it comes, like you said, if it comes, you get a couple neighbors coming and it starts to grow. You're like, oh crap, maybe I can.
I mean, even like, I wouldn't want to open an affiliate to like start an affiliate. I would want to do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
It's something I love to do.
Right. No, but
And it can be that small entry level for some of my neighbors that see me doing some stuff out in the street or in the garage. Hey, can I participate? Yeah, for sure. You get them into it and they get into it like, hey, how can I do this more frequently? Hey, guess what? Diablo CrossFit's open 5 a.m. to 7:30 at night. Why don't you go check it out?
Right.
You've already had your toe dipped in. Now let's try to get knee or ankle deep.
Yeah, or maybe
Ankle or knee deep.
or maybe 10 years from now, your son says, hey, I want to do this.
Exactly.
Like they see you do it in your garage.
Yeah. and
No,
then we get an actual sport that we can implement at the school,
right,
for the kids.
That's the other thing too, right? Is then you get more kids involved in it too.
I think that's
It's
really. You think about the evolution of what we've gone through with CrossFit. That would be the next step.
I'm putting this idea out there. This is one, my I told Don our conversation was confidential just because
Haven't we talked about this idea in the podcast?
Yeah, we
before?
have, but this is the one idea I'm just going to put out there. I really want public support for this one.
Yeah, this
I
would be
want
really.
I want to make this one happen. Garage gym affiliates, $100 a year. Start with $100.
We've been talking about this one for months now.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's the bulk of what I want to talk about. But I did want to end. I'm going to end on more of a somber note,
a real note, like
yeah,
real topic.
Yeah, because I got an email from one of our former members who follows us. We have a large kind of ex-Diablo community and a big community group. But he sent me a post, and I've known about it, the earthquake in Turkey. I knew that it happened, and I knew that it was large, devastating, but it really didn't come up too much in my news feed, which was surprising to me, especially after I started to dig in and understand what was going on there. But he forwarded me a post from a CrossFit affiliate that posted something, but then I went in a little deeper, and this other picture came up in my feed, and you can put that post up. From Earthpix, PIX, by the way. And this one just resonated with me. And they're now at like 20, I think it's like 28,000 people have been killed by the earthquake in Turkey. And the expectation is that thousands of more are gonna perish or have perished, because there's a lot that are missing. But it is a devastating earthquake, and this picture hit home with me. And the reason why this one hit home with me is this father here who's close to his daughter, is holding his daughter's hand, and you'll see the picture. And she's clearly deceased. She's buried under the rubble. He was with her in the earthquake. It's just that it's fate that it ended up this way versus him dying and not her. That's him with his daughter. But look at the next picture. I think the next picture is the picture of the devastation. Turkey does have very good building codes, that because they are in an earthquake region near Syria where there's a lot of earthquakes. And so they have building codes that can help offset this type of damage. Unfortunately, though, a lot of building developers, contractors take massive shortcuts and avoid the building codes, either paying off building inspectors, those types of things. So there were a lot of buildings that were constructed, like 1,000 or more, that were constructed without passing code, and they literally collapsed upon themselves or tipped over, they said, and causing massive devastation. So Oz reached out to me, Oz Yidrum, and a former Diablo member, and he wanted me to, and I'm going to do it. I got to contact CrossFit HQ, looking for support for either affiliates, but Turkey in general. And what I will say is that I think it's important that, as you look at the types of donations you make during the year, that this would be one that you do. Mm-hmm. I look at the things that our country has been supporting lately and where money has been funneled to, and it's not a political statement, but I think this is one important one that I think our country should support, because the devastation is just overwhelming, and earthquakes are something that we have to deal with here in California, especially. We know what that's like. But I would say that if you can reach out and support, do so. But I would, a couple of people have mentioned to me that you got to be really careful with where that money goes. Mm-hmm. Make sure that it is a reputable organization. Make sure that it is an organization that is going to put that money to work. There's, as usual, when there's these types of tragedies, there are there's
some snakes in the grass.
There's some snakes in the grass that come up and try to take advantage of it to have money funnel their way. So make sure that you find an organization where the money will go to. But I would, this CrossFit affiliate that posted, I'll share that in my feed so that you guys can see it. But I would say that pay attention to this one if it hasn't popped up in your news feed. I talked to my wife about it. I said, you know what? I showed her that post, and I said, and she goes, she didn't.
It's not out.
She didn't know that there's an earthquake in Turkey.
It's not out. I don't know.
It really,
why is it not getting promoted?
Yeah,
Who knows?
We don't know why. But I will tell you that it was very impactful to me because I have a 19-year-old daughter, and I couldn't even imagine what that father was going through. And that's just one of thousands of situations like that where people are digging to try and find their families. It's really tragic. Anyway,
very tragic.
I don't like to end on a bad note like that, but I do want to promote that if you're looking for something to support or help out, Turkey right now is in dire need. And unfortunately, they're in the middle of winter as well, which this is not a warm country during the winter. So I'll post up my feed and I'll put it, I'll post a connection to that CrossFit in Turkey that gave a couple of places. They gave a couple of resources.
They did.
Okay. Yeah, they did in their
so
post.
we got something that we can share.
Yeah, and then we can share that with everybody. But that's it for the week.
Yeah. Till next week. And
till next week. We'll give you an update. Do the open. Sign up for the open.
Yep.
It's not too late if you need help with or you want to see my stuff that I posted. These Excel spreadsheets, just DM me at my Craig Howard Diablo _ on Instagram, and I'll get that stuff off to you. I'll give you a copy of what we're doing so that way you can see it. It's not complex.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't.
It's just needing a foundation.
Yeah,
or something
and I'll tell you again, if you do it and you get 3 good captains, 2 good captains, 2 teams, you will have a lot of fun in the draft.
Yeah.
It was so freaking fun.
Yeah.
And it'll get you fired up. It'll get your members fired up, and you'll get more people signed up for the open.
Yeah.
So until next week, enjoy the open. Good luck. Good luck with 23.1.
May the odds be in your favor.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. May the odds be ever in your favor. Something like that. Right on.
All right, guys. Have fun.
Cheers.